This man had 33 surgeries before he was 11 years old. On his when he had his 34th surgery, they took him into the hospital at 11 years old. They amputated his leg without telling him. He woke up and his leg was gone. But as opposed to looking at his circumstances, guess what he did? He chose to listen to his grandmama, who told him that he was a superhero, who told him he was going to have an impact on this world, who told him he was going to impact millions, and that his mess was going to become his message, and that he was special because of the things that he had. It didn't give him a disability. And so now he is one of the top motivational speakers in the entire world, listened to by 1.4 million people on YouTube, with more views than almost every single motivational speaker on the planet. So please welcome Mr. James Dixon, the real Superman.
My friend, my brother, my guy, Dr. Bounty. I mean, man, it's so awesome to see you, Kelly. Man, you're phenomenal. The last time I was on here with you, I was just sharing my story. I was on a stage with you. A week later, I had a cover to a book after being around you. There is something about proximity, but proximity around you. You're a mentor, you're a coach, you're vibrant, and because of who you are, man, you changed the atmosphere, and I got to thank you. It doesn't happen without you, and I'm thankful for you.
Well, I'd like to be able to take all that credit, but I can't take all the credit. It's incredible because we had this conversation, and people talk about proximity, and this is what I want to talk about first. People talk about proximity, but then there's and we've even had this happen. We've had proximity to people that have had proximity to you, that have asked you questions, and then not followed through on it. So let's talk about the follow through on proximity and how that will, by taking action around that proximity, makes a difference.
Wow, let me tell you something. When we start talking, I said to you when I first saw you, I said, brother, we want to write. Just when we're talking, the energy, the way you communicate, your intellect, your experience, I knew immediately that there was more that I could glean from you than way I could give to you, because you carry so much with you and you're so giving. And as we talked, I was like, man, we got to write a book together, right? Because if what I'm gleaning from you and the way that I'm trying to impact the world, I know I can't do it alone. And when we got on stage, we started to talk, and you asked the question. I was in the hot seat, right? So proximity is there. Before we get started, before I mention anything, I said, the one thing I want to do is write with you. And you shook my hand on it. And I was like, that's it. I was done. Game over. Get me out of the seat. My leg is numb anyway. I'm ready to go. But then what happened is the more that we were there, and I said, well, you said, do you have a lawyer? You said, no. And then you pointed in the crowd, said, him. And next thing you know, that guy's like, yep, I'll do it for free. Next thing you know, you're like, and do you have this? And another person says, yep, I'll do that. And I'll step in your life for free. But had I not come prepared, had I not been keeping a diary, had I not been writing long before I ever got there, I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of proximity. What good is it for you to walk in saying, I've been waiting a whole life to do this, and someone says, let's do it, and you go, well, I'm not quite ready. Give me another moment, another year, another. You have to be ready when the opportunity comes. And when it comes, you got to rush in that door, realizing that, man, God has given me this opportunity. I'm about to rip the hinges off so that I and everyone who's attached to me purely can come through at the same time.